Yeah, I'd love to buy a new house, but I got 2.75% now on my mortgage, and there's no way I'm going to buy another house and pay, what, 6, 7%? Forget it. Does that sound familiar? If it does, you're going to want to watch the rest of this. There is a whole classification of homeowners called move-up buyers that move for many reasons. It could be they're trying to get into a different school district. It could be their family size has grown and they've outgrown their home. Or it could be that they're looking for a home that has the amenities that they really prefer and are not something they can easily remodel with their current home. This class of move-up buyers are feeling the squeeze in the current housing market. Why is that? A couple challenges. Number one, a lot of these people had refinanced in the last 3 years and got ridiculously low interest rates, and they feel kind of trapped by those interest rates because they're not able to get that same low rate on the new house, and they don't want to give up the rate that they have. Another reason has to do with lack of inventory, and that creates a difficult market for buyers to try and find something. Low inventory means that there's a lot of people bidding and trying to get the same home, so that kind of drives up prices and could make it difficult to get an offer accepted. There's concerns about selling your home. Not that it won't sell, but what if your home sells really fast and it takes you a long time to find something else to move into? Some people might say, well, why don't we make offers contingent on the sale of our house? But how seriously are sellers going to take an offer if it's contingent on the sale of another property when they've got several other offers that are not contingent? So yes, there are challenges, no disputing that. It's a weird real estate market, but here's how we get past those challenges. Traditionally, these move-up buyers will sell their home, take the proceeds from that sale, and use it as a down payment on the new home. But here's the different option. Keep your home. Be a landlord. Rent it out. Historically, real estate has been a terrific way for people and families to build wealth. So instead of giving up that interest rate that's below 3% on your home, keep it. With the super low interest rate you have, that creates a super low payment on that house. So what if you keep that home and then turn it into a rental, and now you have cash flow from that property? Now some people might say, but we need to sell our home so we have a big down payment to put down on the new house. The new house is going to be more expensive, the interest rate will be higher, and therefore we need to put down a lot of money so we can afford it. Two things about that. Number one, you don't have to have a huge down payment. You can buy a new home with, say, 3 or 5% down. Number two, if you say, well, that's going to be too expensive for us to afford, remember, you just took your old property and turned that into an income-producing property. So now you have your regular income from your regular job, but now you're adding rental income to your monthly cash flow. And if you think, well, it's not really going to be enough to make enough of a difference, why don't you go look at what rental prices are right now and compare that to what you're paying in a monthly payment. I think you'll find there's a pretty sizable gap between how much the house costs you every month and how much you could potentially get for rent every month. If you don't want the headache of being a landlord, call your real estate agent. They can manage the property for you for a fee and take all that headache off your shoulders, so you're just collecting checks every month on that property. That also solves the other two concerns that people have with trying to move up in this market. Number one, they don't have to make the offer contingent on the sale of another property because you're not going to sell it. And number two, you're not going to run into the problem of having sold your house without having another property ready to move into immediately after. I'm a big proponent of using real estate as a way to build wealth, and this is the cheapest way you can start growing your real estate portfolio. Think about it. If you wanted to buy a rental property any other way, you'd have to put down a higher down payment, and you'd be stuck with that investment property interest rate on the new property that's higher than regular interest rates, but much, much higher than that low rate that you had locked in a few years ago when you refinanced. So if you want a new house, if you want to move to a better school district, if you want to move to a better neighborhood, if you need something bigger for your family, if you want something nicer to live in, don't let your low interest rate that you have hold you back from getting the house that you want. Use that low interest rate to your advantage and start building your real estate portfolio.